Welcome to We'll Sing and We'll Shout with your host Steve Hansen. Got the pink burger review shirt on tonight, Cheryl.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so I literally just rolled in. We got in here about a half hour ago, got unpacked, took a shower, pulled things together, and just literally sat down here like 2 minutes ago. But so thrilled to be home. That was like almost 700 miles that we drove there
Oh, that sounds
today.
terrible.
Um, it was, I mean, it was 700 miles, but it
Yep.
was it was a nice day to be out there
Well,
driving, and the
Nebraska's 800 across, so
traffic traffic wasn't too bad. We stopped in St. George at Freddy's and had a cheeseburger and a few other odds and ends, but otherwise, other than that little half-hour stop there, we were just cooking. So glad so glad to be home. So glad to be home to Utah. California is really a neat place. Southern California and the mild temperatures down there and the ocean and everything. But boy, does it feel good to get back home here to Provo, Utah. So, tonight we have another special edition of Cheryl's. Well, it's not really special; they're all special. Cheryl's boyfriend's countdown calendar. This is segment 18, so we are cruising right along. Cheryl, I think I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away. Do you want me to get that one of Elder Barney set up too then?
no. I'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do that another time. Maybe we can somehow make sense of all those pictures that I took tonight and put them in some sort of order. And then we can
Will you let
maybe
me
do just
know
a picture night.
when you let me know when you want pictures up and which one you want
Okay.
up?
All right.
So, all right, I'll let you go ahead.
You know how much I love the word special.
I have a big fondness for the word amazing. I like to use that word a lot. But anyway, yes, I understand the special issue.
Yes. I was going to tell you, I'm 5 pounds down on that 10 pounds I challenged you.
Oh, well, you're
Ah,
winning. You're
yay.
winning, especially after Freddy's. But it's all about who gets down 10. So don't count your pounds before they're,
Before they're
whatever.
gone.
Yeah, something
So
like
I
that.
went to Allison's high fit class tonight, and it's hotter than Hades here in Ohio right now. And so I drove there in the heat, and then I went in and exercised for an hour, and then I drove home in the heat. And then I got a cold shower. Oh
Oh,
my
beautiful.
gosh! But I wanted to keep taking off some weight, so I went and did this silly class.
Well, when
Anybody's
we're
ever
done
been to a
here, I'm
high
gonna
fit
go.
class, they're crazy.
When we're done here, I'm gonna go to the rec center and play basketball for a while and lift some weights, and because I've been doing nothing but a lot of sitting and laying around here for about 4 days, so I'm ready to really hit it. So
All right, well, today I'm going to talk about my Ohio State Fair boyfriends. And there happens to be 4 of them. If you can imagine, we were only there for 3 weeks in the summer, but somehow I managed to date 4 guys. But
so
one,
this is in addition to the 50, right?
no, well, did I add those on? Yeah, I think I just added those on. Let me look. Let me find my list. I
Okay.
may have just added these 2 on recently. Uh,
Well, while you're looking at
okay.
that, let me just say, anybody that's on here, we would sure appreciate it if you would make a comment or give us a like or a love or some kind of feedback. Your feedback is so helpful and essential, and it helps broaden the viewership, because when the algorithm sees more activity, it pushes it out there more. But we're also just interested to see, who finds value in what we have to share here. So please make a comment, share a like, make that huge effort of throwing something out there. It's very much appreciated.
Okay, yes, you are right. These are 2 added on to the 50 that I already had. They were just like, all of a sudden I realized, hey, I forgot these 2 guys. We can't forget these 2 guys.
Right.
So I got to explain the special thing because most people aren't going to know what that means. So when you go to church, when you go to school at an LDS school, which I did at Rick's College, the term special takes on a new meaning because when you go to our once a month testimony meeting, people throw the word special around a lot. And at least they did back when I was at school.
Yep.
And special came to have a bad connotation because if you were setting a guy up on what do you call those dates where you don't know the person?
Well, blind date.
Blind date. You're setting
Yeah.
a guy up on a blind date, and he asks if she's pretty, and you say, "Well, she's got a special spirit," and that way he knows she's a dog,
Right.
but she's
Yeah.
special. So,
Yeah.
me and my
And I think
roommates used to hate the word
I,
special because it was so overused. So
I
when
think they've grown to be a kinder, nicer, more gentle communities, and they don't approach things that same way that they did 40 years ago. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, well, so for Christmas that year, my roommate Kristen got all of us roommates, which there were six of us all together, t-shirts. They were actually those kind of t-shirts that had the different color sleeves. Then it was white in the middle, and then they had the different color sleeves that went about three-fourths of the way down. I don't even know what those are called, but she got us each one of those shirts that said, "I'd rather be dead than special." So
Right.
we used
Yeah,
to wear those around. We thought we were all
I
so clever and funny.
I
So when you were,
remember seeing those. Yeah.
yeah, so when you were use the word special, I'm like rolling my eyes. If I even pick up a greeting card and it has the word special in it, I'll put it right back down again. That's how much I
Yeah.
hate that word. So anyway, all right. So this is these these four state fair boyfriends are actually over two different summers. One is over the summer of 80 81, which is when I was in state fair youth choir, and that's who we're talking about tonight. And I might throw my other state fair. I actually spoke about one of my state fair boyfriends last week, I think. His name was Kurt, and he's the one who came into the barn with me and saw Patsy and said she wouldn't know me. And I said, "Hi, Patsy," and she turned her head around and looked at me.
Right. Right.
So that's one of my state fair boyfriends. So these two are, I was in All Ohio State Fair Youth Choir in the summer of 1980. And at the time, the state fair went for 2.5 weeks at least. And we got there about a week early to rehearse. So we were basically there for the whole month of August. And so, you throw a whole bunch of boys and girls together and you're going to get some romance. So this first one, put the guy that has the green shirt on, Steve.
Okay. Guy with the green shirt. Are we looking at this one?
Well,
Mm,
I said that to you because that's the Belfiore sisters when we went to Kings Island. Ah, there he is.
okay.
Yep.
There he is. Okay.
So this guy's name was Mark, and I honestly cannot remember his last name, which makes me feel really bad. But we started hanging out. I think we were really close together in line. And at the state fair, they made us line up like an army unit, and that's how they marched us through the fair because there were like 300 of us. And so to try to get us through the state fair, they had to kind of part the crowds and let us come through. So we had to come through like a marching band kind of thing. And
Right.
so Mark marched real close to me. In fact, I think he marched right behind me and used to comment on my butt. So
And, and what was Mark saying about this?
well, unfortunately, we had to wear these um, coaches shorts when we were there. So they were that real heavy polyester, and they
Right.
were real high around the waist, and then went down like almost to our knees. So they were so ugly. We hated them so much. But they really did show the butt cheeks. So apparently he liked that.
Okay. Okay.
So he would comment on that. But so
Right.
he and I got friendly because we were so close together, and we were singing at the state fair 8 to 10 times a day. So
Right.
we were singing a lot. We would have breaks to eat and just rest for a little bit, and then you're back out there again. So I probably dropped like 15 pounds at the fair, and I was very fit by the time I got back because they walked us everywhere. And the Ohio State Fair, if those of you who don't know, probably most of you don't know, is like one of the largest state fairs in the nation. So it's like a mile from one side to the other. It's a long ways. And so they would march us around. And then at 2 in the afternoon, we would have a show at the where that Smoky Bear thing was. It was kind of a wilderness setting that had like rocks and it had a pond there. And we would sing in front of that. In fact, I have some pictures of it. I should have taken those um, to send you for this evening. But so we would be in this nature preserve thing, and we would all some of the kids we got to change rows because the front row would get to put their feet in the water for the entire concert. and the concerts would go probably 20 minutes long. So whenever we were down there, he would switch around the rows so that it would be a different group that would get to put their feet in the water the whole time. And right at the end, we were singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And when it came to the big conclusion, we would all like splash our feet in the water and make water just go everywhere. It was kind of like fireworks kind of thing. So that was fun. But I really enjoyed my time at the State Fair Youth Choir. So I dated this Mark guy for a while. Probably, like I said, we were there for almost a whole month. So it wasn't ridiculous that I dated two guys in this time. So I dated this Mark guy, and we did. There was some dances they would do for us, and he and I danced together, and we were pretty chummy for a while. And then, all right, put up the other picture.
So with this Mark guy, were there any kisses?
Uh, probably, probably
Okay.
there were. Yeah,
All right. That's pretty serious
nothing
dating
major
then.
though. Nothing major.
All right. So this
He,
is you with your four guys?
no, I'm not actually in there. That's a different girl. I
Oh,
think. Is that
okay.
me?
Well, my first look, it kind of thought maybe it
It
was. I
does
wasn't
kind of
sure.
look like me, doesn't it?
It does, but I don't know.
All right, hang on. I got a looking glass thing over here. Let me look through it and see if I can figure
Yeah.
out if that's me or not. I figured it was me
I
taking the picture, but
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that might be you.
I can't tell. I think it might be a different girl that just looks an awful lot like me.
Okay, well, we'll go with that.
All right. So anyway, so all of a sudden this young man got started like he's just super funny. He's the guy laying down on everybody's lap, and his name was Bart. And so he and I started hanging out together because he really made me laugh. And Mark was a little boring and stodgy. So this Bart fella, he was short. Mark was tall and handsome, which is usually my thing. But this Bart fella was short and just funny as heck. And I think he came from Ireland, was what I remember. And his full name was Barton Howard Patrick Robert Mills. He had
Hmm.
5 names, which was a little silly. But I think he had the Irish accent even. So he was like hanging out with a little leprechaun. And just had so much fun with him. And we'd like go sit we'd like go find a hiding place under some bushes and sit under there and talk. And it was more of a friendship than a romance thing, but we really did like each other. So I think we even wrote some letters back and forth after the state fair was over. And I really missed him. So really cute guy. And then the next summer at the state fair, I was there with my cattle, but I wasn't in the choir anymore. But I used to go every night to the Coliseum and watch. We had this big show at the Coliseum where the State Fair Youth Choir would march in and do their big production. And we had like one of the world's biggest flags, US flags, and we'd roll that out. And it was very patriotic and cool. And then after we were done, the State Fair band would come in and do their stuff. Um, and they were amazing too. They did the Stars and Stripes Forever, which was really cool. So the next year, I would go to that Coliseum show almost every night. And I would sit just about in the same spot every night. And there was a drummer in the band that kept looking at me when I would sit in the stands, and he'd kind of wink at me and stuff. And I was like, is that guy really looking at me? I think I'm just imagining it. And so I'd come back the next night, and then he'd be staring at me again. I'm like, all right. So I think finally he kind of like waved at me to come when they were marching out of the Coliseum. He wanted me to come and meet him. So I went down to meet him, and we just hit it off great. And he was adorable and fun. And so I was there showing my cow, but I wasn't there doing state fair choir stuff. Um, so we used to, we got our pictures taken together, and we used to hang out a lot. And then when the fair was over, we kept in touch because I really had a thing for him. And I actually had his picture up on my wall when I first got to Rexburg. I had this neat picture that was like the two of us had taken one of those digital pictures together, and I think it was a calendar, turned it into a calendar or something, but it was quite large. It was like probably 2 feet tall by 18 inches wide. So I had that on my wall at Rick's College for a while. But so he was really cool. But his dad was like in his 80s or 90s, and his mom was way younger. So
Hmm.
when I got home to the farm, Shelly called me and said his dad had been out driving the tractor and just fell over dead on the tractor.
Hmm.
And I was just heartbroken for him. So he's like, "Would you come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll try." So I asked Dad if I could take, I think we took the van and drove. And it must have been over towards Worcester, I think. It was about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive from Bellevue to get there. And Sherry went with me. So Sherry and I took the van, and there was a terrible storm that night while we were driving. And you know how much fun our Volkswagen van was to drive in any sort of weather.
In the wind, yeah. Yeah.
No, the wind would just blow it around like crazy. And I'm terrified of storms as it is. And I couldn't let Sherry drive because I don't think she could drive stick. So I was stuck driving. So we're driving through this terrible storm to get to this guy's house for his dad's like funeral or wake or something. I don't remember. But he was just like heartbroken, really wanted me to come. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. So Sherry goes with me, and we're like terrified, but we finally roll into his house. It was this farm. I don't even know how we found it in the middle of the night in a thunderstorm, but we rolled into his driveway, and it was like I said, 3 in the morning. The lights were not on in the house. So we didn't think anybody was up. So we decided we were just going to try to camp in the van, which is possible. It's had the long seats and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we were in the van, kind of trying to be nice and not waking the family up. And Sherry said she had to pee. And I was like, oh, geez, Sherry, I don't want to go up and not knock on the door and wake them up. So we had this stupid Tupperware bowl in the car. We had it full of snacks or something. So we dumped out the snacks, and Sherry peed in that Tupperware bowl
I remember
right in
this
the van.
story. I remember this story. Yep.
Oh my gosh. We were laughing so hard as she's peeing in this bowl. Oh my God. The things that her and I got up to, I'm telling you what, we were in so much trouble. So we stayed till morning, and I think he came out around 6 o'clock, and had us come in, and we ate something with his mom, and he took me out to the field and showed me the tractor where his dad died. I felt terrible for him. But that was the last time I saw him. We went to help him feel better about his dad's funeral and stuff. But I did have his picture up on my wall at college, so he must have meant something to me. And
Right.
I did care about him, but it was just one of those things. I'm in Idaho, he's in Ohio, and we just kind of grew apart. But plus, I started dating guys out in Rexburg.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Sure. I appreciate you sharing that story. That'll be wonderful. Does she ever
Anybody that
catch
knows
any of
Sherry
these?
and I knows that's pretty normal for us.
Does
Oh my
Does she even
God.
know that? Does Sherry know that you're doing this?
I don't think so. She would laugh
Okay.
though, especially if she heard the Jim Persons one, because that is
Right.
all totally legit. We did all of that sneaking around in the bushes, looking at his Vietnamese wife on the back porch smoking, and Jim out there. All of a sudden, Jim comes
Right.
out, and I'm like, dang him. He lied to me.
Right. Right.
Jeez. So we were giggling, and then we got caught. And I mean, we just got up to no good wherever we went. Which is really
Hey,
funny
let's
because we're
look at.
actually both pretty nice girls, but
Oh, wowzers! Sure. I've never seen this before.
yeah, I know. I
Um,
thought you'd like this.
this is me and Chrissy here.
Yeah, I'm sorry the top picture is like, I was trying to get the pictures in my house the best advantage I could, and it was just like glaring
Okay.
off. But I can probably get a better picture tomorrow when I don't have to use artificial light. But yeah,
Um,
so that top left picture is, I don't know if am I in that one, or is it just you two?
that's it looks well. There's somebody here. Maybe that's you. I'd have to. I'd have to blow this up to see what's going on. I'll
Oh,
blow
there's
this
someone
up.
kind of crouched down.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure
right.
who.
There's somebody there. I think I'm trying to get that figured out.
Might be one of Belfiore girls, one of the other sisters, but the top right
Mm,
picture is my friends Kathy and Charm and Cindy Belfiore, and they were a wonderful musical group. In fact, Cindy and Kathy just sang at Carnegie Hall with this Firelands choir and orchestra that they have, and that was just like last week. So pretty cool. And then down at that bottom of the picture, Steve, bottom right, is that kid that Kathy was dating that you were talking about?
bottom right. That I don't know, but it could be. But that's Cindy and Charm
Oh, is that
sitting there with that kid. But who? Um, no, that looks like a girl. I don't think. I think. Oh, way over there on the right. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a guy with a yellow shirt with a blue and
yeah.
white.
I bet that is. I bet. that's Kathy and Cindy and Charm there with that guy that Kathy was probably dating.
Yep.
Um, but I ended up going on a little date with Chrissy there, so I came out okay.
Yeah.
She looks so young there. She looks so tiny.
Yeah.
Uh, but that was a fun little visit, and of course that's what prompted Cindy and Kathy to say, hey, can we come out and stay with you in Dana Point? You came down to, stay with us in Kings Island, so it's like
Right.
we owe you one.
Right.
So, and that's when I was doing fine out there when Dave and Ben came out to visit me. Um, it made me a little homesick, but I sent them home and everything was fine. But when Kathy and Cindy came out, and then they needed a way to go up to Santa Rosa, up north of San Francisco, that was just like the final thing that pushed me over the edge of coming home. Otherwise, I was planning to stay out there.
Yeah.
But that was the thing that ended up bringing me back home. So it's kind of funny that they did that. But anyway,
Who the heck is that girl that's
that's
crouching down? That's weird. She
I
almost
I
looks like our exchange student Ava from Sweden. We didn't take an extra person with us. We might have. Did we take an
I
extra person with us down there?
sure I don't remember that, but that is not you, and it's not Cindy or Kathy or Charm. So
No,
so whoever that is,
there's an extra person there, but not sure who that
yeah.
is.
But yeah, that's cool. That just shows the huge maturity difference. Not, but I mean, physical maturity difference between me and Chrissy. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
a teenage boy, and she's just a tiny little girl.
Well, she's quite a bit
But
younger. I mean, you can see by these
yeah,
pictures on the right, the three sisters are there in the bottom picture, and then there's Chrissy, and she's
yeah,
probably 5 years
she's
younger than Kathy. I think she is about five
well,
years younger.
I think she's class of. See, David was class of '89. I think she's class of '88. So
Gotcha.
she was about 4 years, maybe not even 4 years younger than me. She was like 3.5 or 4, depending on when her birthday is.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, quite a bit of difference at that age. So, but anyway, I survived. So, and she did too. But we survived our ride on the Beast that night. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So
All right.
I have a ton of other fun pictures that I can send you and we can work on those. Here, I've got one fun picture you could share. Can I send it to you real quick?
Yeah, you bet. Send it over.
Okay. All right, done. And I'm going to send, is email the best?
Yep.
Okay. Steve Hansen. Okay, it says done.
Okay. And let's see. Not shown up yet.
It's just a picture of me. This is,
Okay,
this
here it
is,
is.
I was in
Okay.
college.
Oh
I
wow.
think this was the first summer after college. Might have
All
been the
right. So
second, but
so you sent it as a picture, not as an attachment. I don't know what to do with it here.
oh,
Um, let me
well, I
see.
can
Maybe
attach it.
maybe save image. Okay, I think I can figure something out here.
Okay.
All right. Back over here, add scene. Name. Open. Okay, there we go. All right, tell us about this.
Okay, this is there was a festival. It was more of like a dang, what do they call them? Like a Follies. It was a Follies that was at the Bellevue Junior High. This is Bellevue Junior High. And
Right.
Mavis Church and I sang together and we sang the song Sisters from, I think it's Holiday Inn, that show that people watch every Christmas. It's either White Christmas or Holiday Inn. There's these two sisters that sing the song Sisters. And so that's what Mavis and I sang for the Follies. But that is where I'm at right now. And that's the year. I think it was 84. Let's see. No, I think this was the summer of 83 when I was living with you and mom and down in
Promise.
Columbus, but on the weekends I'd go up to the farm, and so Mavis talked me into doing this with her. But this is probably me at the height of my beauty. I mean, that is just such a good picture of me. I really like that one. And I always love those dresses that were like the 50s style where the waist is real tight and then there's
Hmm.
kind of a big flowy skirt because that style just looks excellent on me.
Right.
But anyway, so there's the girl that's dating all these boys. Is it any wonder?
Right. And she really hasn't changed much at all.
No,
So
not at all.
no, she's pretty much the same person. So
Yeah. Well, same
cer-
person. Don't look the same. But
certainly in her special spirit. So
yes, you're going to get it. Why I left those things that you hang your dress up with dangling out from under my sleeves, I'll never know. I don't know why I
you
didn't
know,
cut those
that
off.
was part of the look too. So
Yeah, that was it. Some
all
little
right.
dangly things.
Well, hey, we
So
will. Yeah, go ahead. Close up.
that's it. So we'll talk some more next week about, let's see, who's coming up next week? Who do we got? Ah, Dirk the Jerk. That could be fun.
Yeah,
Eh,
gentle.
Sean Colazzi, Brett Butler, and Dirk the Jerk. Okay, so these
Mhm.
are like, and I forgot, oh, there's Steve Wright. These are just all the guys I dated at Rick's, and there's about 4 or 5 lines of them crossed with like three on each line.
Right.
There must be a dozen, at least a dozen names there that I dated at my 2 years at Rick's. So I don't know. I just like the
A lot of
fellers.
those, I would say most of those I'm probably not going to know, huh?
No, you're probably
Yeah.
not going to know. I mean, you did say you met Steve Wright, and I don't remember why you met him, but I think you did. I
Right.
think you're right about that. Maybe he had
Yeah.
you stay with him a few nights or something when we first got there. I don't remember. But yeah,
I
really,
don't
he was a
remember
really good
that,
guy.
but I do remember the name, and I do remember he had like white hair. So,
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah,
blonde
real,
hair.
real blonde. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you go off to the rec.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining. Like I said, throw a like or a comment out there. We appreciate those. And we will catch up with you tomorrow night.
Have a special evening. Bye, everyone.